Stereo. Of course, you are still on your favorite radio station. This is your Mazapam Weekend Afternoons with LERATO. MOLEFE. I promised you earlier on that I will have a guest joining me in studio here to keep me company. I'm excited to have him here. He's doing big things in the entertainment industry right now, of course, making us proud as a province. Of course, I had to call him over and find out from him how he is holding up and how he's able to make all this magic happen. If you're still questioning what's the number one hustler in the province, Mnyasa. He's here. And then he is a CEO and actor. If you know of the Grind Visuals, pretty sure you know of the Grind Visuals. It's everywhere. He's doing big things. How are you doing? Are you good?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me here. And let me greet a listener at home.
Please do.
Thank you so much for having me here. For those who don't know me, my name is Linda Chirwa, known as Mnyasa or DJ Mnyasa. As introduced, I'm a filmmaker, a hustler, a director of the Grind Visuals, as well as the Sanusi of the Rastafari Bantu Order. And I'm just a hustler, you know.
Okay, Sanusi.
Yes.
Okay, Sanusi, we hear you. I think that is one of the biggest things that brought me here, that led me to bringing you here today. A character yako as Sanusi.
Oh, yes.
Siyakubona on our screens lately. You made it to the big league. Congratulations, firstly.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me the support.
Yeah.
And thank to everyone, especially those ones from Mpumalanga who are really watching and giving reviews how we are performing there, selling the language of Siswati, of which Siswati is not a language that is really into our screens. So having to go there and perform using Siswati, a lot of people, I think, they are excited to even see one of their own.
Are you proud? Are you proud, Ngeswati Sako? I know that that's like the one thing that gets the most critics. Indlela le sifika sikhulume ngayo Siswati uma siku national level. So are you proud?
I'm very proud to see those ones who are speaking the Swati language correctly, but there are those ones who are forcing. Then you can hear that, no man, this is not a real Siswati. Though we are not from Swaziland, we are in Mpumalanga, of which Siswati and Sindebele are dominating languages. Not to forget Spulane as well as Tonga, but to hear someone speaking Siswati not in a proper way, it kind of make me feel somehow. But I'm happy that I took part of that pre-production to go there and speak the proper Swati. I think it's good for
because we have this idea, right? Once you are on the screens, you know, you are a celebrity, you're making money.
They've started, most of them, they are curious. So where is this thing happening? Is it happening around Mpumalanga or where? But because they see some of the locations, drone shots and those cutaways that they've captured around in Ganyamazane, around Matafane and all that. But it is happening in Johannesburg at Rudeport. So most people are curious, where is this thing happening? Because they've never seen any production taking place around. So now if you tell them it's Johannesburg, they said, most you guys are loaded. You are driving from here to Johannesburg just to act, you know. So people assume that once you are on screen or into the media space, you have money. But being an actor or an actress is another career. It's like how you are working. You cannot be asking someone money because that person is on uniform. So being on a uniform doesn't mean you have got money to go around giving out to people as if like you are running a foundation.
Okay. Spoken like a true stingy man, I tell you. There's no way. Now tell me, because you are known as the man that usually is behind the camera, and you're usually the one that brings the story to life, and this time around you are in front of the camera and you are helping the story come alive. How does that affect umsebenzi wakho?
It does not really affect because it is another field of which I always wanted to try, but I was kind of shy because I once tried before. Only to find out I'm laughing, I'm doing all this and that. I'm like, nah, man, there are people who are good at this. But then I happened to play. It was a gangster of some sort when we were doing Mchindi Part 2 and Mchindi Part 3 with Telangana Generations. They are the ones actually who plucked me to start acting and all that. So I kind of enjoy to tap into other characters Then we did Gakoza. On Gakoza, I'm playing Inyanga, a Sia there as well. So I'm like, no man, in order for me, I'd rather play those characters that represent our African spirituality than to play a thug as if like I'm promoting crime. So when now an opportunity knocks on his door, like they were looking for a real Sia, Guisita, then there is a rise in Mpumalanga talent, CEO is Spin, the real queen. Then she said, I'm looking for someone who can play. I'm like, no, I can play that. I've once played something like that. Actually, I had 2 calls. Then I went there. 2 calls meaning I'm supposed to go there twice. Then I went there, I performed, started to enjoy and learn a lot. So it didn't really affect, but suppose I was shy to be in front of the camera, I wouldn't be now having those so much calls just like this year. People, I think they've seen me ever since season 3 has started. So yeah, but yeah, some people assume like this guy has to vele young. You know, when you're working with people who are from Christian background and all that, some they're like, how do you know these things that you are playing there? It takes a research, and I'm not shy. I'm proud to be representing the African spiritual leaders or traditional healers. Hopefully I've represented them well, but storyline is storyline because there are some ebb and flows there and there, you know. I don't write the story, the writers are writing the story because there are some bribes that happen and all that. So people tend to hate as if like you are the one man who's doing that.
No, and that could only mean that you're doing your job well. You know, once you evoke those kind of emotions from people, then it means that I am seven wako wenda gash. So there's a slang and also afuna kukushayela lawyer kusho I should we are convinced that this thing you're really bringing it to life. You know, so I guess it goes to show the talent.
Yeah, so it's performance and research and all that. You know, and just get into the character. Then when they say cut, you must not forget to switch back to normal.
Now, one thing that I wanted to ask you when I saw you, I think latest, the character that you're playing, being somebody that is new in the acting space or whatnot, having to act now with people that have been in the industry for years, people that are known as, you know, legends basically, and you're standing there with that person, like, you know, your character has to be dominant in that period. Just now, you know, where you had to be dominant as Sanusi. You know, how do you feel about that? Do you get intimidated? Do you feel like, oh my God, you know?
No, it is because me having to be working with a lot of they call it the thespians, right? Those famous or popular people, like legends.
Yes.
So I've been working with a lot of legends behind the scene, of course. So I don't really have that hype when I see one celebrity, for a lack of better word.
Yeah.
Because I don't even take pictures with the so-called celebrities.
Yeah.
How can I be taking pictures with strangers? You know. So now going there, I still have the mindset that I'm going there to learn, to work, and I'm excited to be working with them because they do give me guidance. Especially Don Tandega Kings said, you know what, own the character, be there, command the room, you know. Then Mam Linda Sebezo also said, so forget about the lines, perform, just give us performance, because now anybody can cram the lines and memorize the lines. What's so special about you? So you must convince, you must perform. Then they helped me a lot, and also to keep my cool, because some people, when they are playing with them, they tend to, you know, shake because, you know, they are legends in the game and they know their story. So, but at first I was kind of, you know, but up until they gave me guidance, they never looked down upon me. So yeah, it was really exciting to work with legends of their caliber. Yes.
Okay. I've got Olinda Chera in studio. Ngimbita nje formally. Formally. Wena uma umati ungamati nga DJ Mnyasa the mixing Buddha. Yeah, he's still around. So do stick around. That is Anita Baker with How Does It Feel on your Rise FM weekend afternoons. Sanusi. That's what I call you lately. I intentionally forget your name. Do you get that a lot?
Yeah. They've been calling me Sanusi ever since I followed the late Sanusi Credo Muto. So, and most people heard that there is a term Sanusi. What's that? And we used to watch a lot of films. The only Sanusi that we knew was Sitai. Do you know Sitai? It's Sasha.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Sitai is a Sanusi. He's the one who gave a prophecy that Shaga will be the king. Vele will have an empire and all that. So the term Sanusi is kinda. Yeah, fine by me. Means high priest.
You made mention earlier on of the fact that you love this particular character that you're playing. It's one that you felt like you fit into, and you can just portray it the way
It shows how Africans used to find the truth, in terms of consulting from these high-spirited people. It's our way of having to find the truth, some hidden mysteries and all that, So some people will consult, even kings. There is no king that doesn't have seers go royalty, So even there I'm playing a royal seer, so it's portrays or shows how Africans used to do things, Hence I've mentioned that even now that in the Zulu tradition they had Sitai, who was a seer for King Jama Zulu. So yeah, I love African things like indigenous African knowledge system. I love it. So if I were to get a chance even to play in other place, I'd rather cast myself as a seer.
Why Ngati, this love for being in front of the camera is kind of taking over the other love? It
is because I never knew that I can play someone. Okay. It's like saying that I should play you. Then now I have to recite, okay, this is how LERATO behaves, this is how LERATO talks, this is how LERATO walks, this is how... Because the character, you must search, you must know, quality by character by that. You must know. If they can say, we want you to play a pastor.
Yeah.
What kind of a pastor? Because pastors are different.
Yeah.
With their different church denominations, they do things differently. So now if you start to do research, then you do that, and someone says, yeah, you are killing that role. Like, oh, okay. But you are not that thing, but you are reacting that thing or reflecting that thing. So I kind of love to...
You've fallen in love.
Yes.
You found a new love, basically. So because you're learning to be the one that casts.
I used to do films, like I'm doing films, directing people. Then I go, man, get it correct. Someone said, but this is difficult.
Yeah.
So now I understand if such as cuts just to tap into that character, because I had to go under the same.
What do you call those people? Is it directors?
There are directors, those ones who direct the whole thing, LERATO will come from this door, then you sit there. Before you sit there, you start to realize that the computer is not what you are directing.
So as a director,
you are giving a visionary behind this whole story.
You'd find it difficult to understand when one of your actors or says
most directors do not act, and they expect you to bring your A game. Then if you can say, show me, that person doesn't show you. He was like, you just walk in there, then now you have to switch to.
So now you have you have the full package.
Yeah, now I'm a package. Is it too early to call yourself a Mogal? Is it too early? Why must we get about? Okay.
And you're like known for fasting, but
okay, but I'm fasting it even now, guys. Okay,
no, okay, it's fine. We're bringing it into life.
Act as if, and make it yours, to manifest. Yeah.
All right. Now that you've tapped into the industry, that side of the industry, being someone who works outside of the province, from what you've seen so far, what would you say, are the shortcomings from Lakhaya? Since you are someone who, you have your own film out, you have your own work out and whatnot, so far, shortcomings.
Number one is the unity amongst us creatives. We are not united. We are working in silos. This one wants to be creative. This one doesn't like that one. I always say you don't have to like someone in order to work with that person. But the unity, like too much divisions. People are shooting that side. They are not telling you. You hear from someone how. Why didn't they call you? They are shooting. Why? So we are not united. Each one is doing his or her thing, like separate, as if like it's competition.
Yeah.
Then number 2 is the support from private sector and government sector, as if like they don't really see the need to tap into filming. And the filming, we have a lot to showcase in our province. We are known as our landscapes, you know, our cultural diversity. We have got the Swati people, the Ndebele, the Tsonga, the Pulani, you know, and a little bit of Sizulu when you go to Highveld. We have got a rich agriculture. There's a lot meant to show in our province. We've got a lot of tourism attractions. In such a way, I call Mpumalanga the Mecca of tourism. So we have got a lot to show. In such a way, Americans, they do come to Blind River Canyon there to act, just like, is it James Bond? They did something there, you know, but we here home, it seems like we are not really supported financially to do our own films. I'm checking other productions, just like KZN. There's a KZN Film Commission. They support their own people. You check it, Eastern Cape, the government does support. They were supporting it. You can see the logo there. You can see, man, that the government from other provinces, they do support film. But here in our province, it's something, they support a lot of festivals and events that run films. So that's where we are lacking, you know. So, and we don't have a school here of art. You know, even our university don't have a center for art, you know. So hence we have got a lot of workshops here, and the workshops are good, but at the end, after doing those workshops, where to?
Yeah.
So yeah, we are lacking, and we need to work together, not to work in silos, and to be supported by both private sector and government sector. But before they support, we ourselves should unite and do our own things, because we have the equipment, we have the talent. What is it that's stopping us to do something?
Oh, I love the fact that you pointed out that we do have the talent. We do. We're not lacking in the talent, and some may be shy, I think, because you mentioned earlier that Swati is not really popular on national TV, you know. So it's up to us. The talent is corner. But anyway, we're going to break away just a little and then come back and wrap it up. All right, we're back just to wrap up the conversation. Thank you so much for coming through as Nixamonile. I know he's not going to like that. But yeah, thank you for honoring.
I'm easy to find. You know?
Don't get me started. You honored the invite today and you came through. You didn't even give me any hassles, which was a shock to me. But yeah, man. Now, in closing, I do know that we've been talking about you as the actor, and I made mention also earlier on the fact that you're usually the one that casts people to come act or bring your work to life. Now, where does your newfound love put the grand visuals?
Oh, okay. This newfound love of mine that helped me to learn a lot of things in those Boga productions. So it's upon me now to share it with our very own people from the province. Now when we are doing films, I know what to avoid, what to do, what not to do, because it was like I was in an academy, Black Brain Academy, you know. So yeah, that love of mine helped me a lot to
I'm looking forward
build
to
the profile, you know.
I'm looking forward to seeing your first work after all of this. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're gonna do with all the experience that you've gained right now from working with the legends that you're working with. Oh, such a network that you're building. I can imagine. You're probably there, you know, trying to feature some of those big names in one of your films and whatnot. And we're here for it. We'd love to see it happen, man. And I do believe that many young people who have an interest or aspire to be in the industry and have impact in the industry, they have a lot that they're going to gain from associating with you. But it's fine. It's fine.
Just do those videos, like, let them trend, let me see you, let me look for you. Because you guys are saying when you look for me, you can't reach me. Why can't I find you? Minute they find me.
But you can find me.
Minute they find me.
Minamara, you can find me.
When I did give you a script and you told me that you were playing.
Okay, listen, some 17, don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, that's why.
Listen, in closing, if you were somebody that sings or whatever, I was gonna say just whatever. But because get into character, so let's say you close off this link as the Sanus. Go.
Now 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'm gonna 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Akube kuhle khanye majala amadzala mikhovu lehlala etinzabeni basosipanje shingishante emoya yebo kunjalo akube kuhle nakumlaleli akube kuhle khanye nakuwe LERATO kwangathi indlela tingakhanya akube kuhle nasedlozini thokoza.
Oh, and that is how we wrap up our visit from Mnyasa, the missing Buddha, Linda Chera, Isanusi of Note, and Ira Star coming through with Control. You're on Rise.